So what you're going to see in this video today is me making a jig out of scrap wood and tape. And that's it. It's the easiest jig in the entire world to make, next to a straight line jig. The jig came out of the trash. I cut it on the table saw to the right sizes I needed. I taped it together and cut these holes in it right there. Those holes. It's just like that. Fits perfectly. You want to see how I made these holes?
No.
Using a jig out of plywood and tape. Stay tuned. Here we go. Hey everybody, Kevin here from HumboldtCraftworks. Welcome to the shortest episode ever of Woodworking with Mr. Kevin. That's me. And today we're going to build a super simple little jig using like 4 pieces of scrap wood. That's it, 4 pieces of scrap wood. I have a panel right here. It's got 2 handles that come in and out of it, and I'll show you at the very end of this video what it looks like. But what I need to do is I need to plunge a bit into here and route it all the way through these 1.5-inch panel right here. Big ass access panel for a deck. The only faster jig to build is this. And this is a straight line jig. If you don't know what it is, look it up. No, I'll tell you what it is. It's a super flat piece of madrone, jointed on both sides, totally flat. It's flat every single which way known to man. If you want to put any angle on a board or straighten up a board, you just clamp this or screw it to it and run a pattern bit. It makes it as straight as a joiner. So this is the easiest jig ever made and ever known to man. Name one faster, comment below. Simplest jig known to man right here. Super simple, takes nothing but scrap pieces of plywood. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole right here. And we want to cut this out. This is 7/8 of an inch wide. So I made my little scrap pieces here, 7/8, and I cut them in half. It was just a piece of scrap wood that looked like that. So we're going to use the good size that we just ripped because they're smoother and we can stick them together and they'll stay together much better. Got that like this. Take some orange tape right here. So we're just going to stick that on there, pull the tape, lay it down. Okay, now we're going to come up here and find the eyeball the hole. There it is. Push this one down so it matches the little drawing I got on the piece of wood. That thing sucks. Okay, we're going to do the same thing up here. Super cheesy painter's tape. We're going to flip it over and tape the other side with several little layers of tape. Set down one side, rub it down, pull across. Just like this. Okay, rub that down, that side's down, pull this with your thumb until it stretches a little bit, and put it together. There we go. We're going to keep doing this on both sides, so we have 4 little strips on both sides. And what we have is a little hole for our pattern bit to go down. I'm going to show you the pattern bit here in a second. You see how that is? This is just taped together. It's just taped. Okay, we have this little mark. I don't know if you can see right there. Can you zoom in on that?
No.
This little square here is where a handle has to go through. It has to slide back and forth. So that's why we have this. Then we're going to take this and we're going to double stick tape that down. This, ladies and gentlemen, is speed tape. Speed tape is amazing because it's very speedy. And we're just going to put one there and one there. So now the speed tape looks like this.
A few moments later.
There we go. Now I'm not sure if that's going to stay there or not because it's on tape and it really doesn't like to stick to this tape. You can also use CA glue. That works good sometimes, but it's redwood and I really don't want to destroy it. So I have to hold that down and peel that back. Holy cow. Speed tape. Okay, can you see it? Probably not, it's invisible. All right, I'm gonna line this up with the line on the bottom there. Looks great, I'm just gonna push down. And there it is, stuck on there. This is a compression bit. It's a pattern bit, so the bearing's on the top, and it's a compression bit, meaning it goes right and left at the same time. You see when I spin it? It goes both directions, super clean, both in and out. That's what they tell me anyway. I'm gonna try to stuff it down the hole here and see what happens.
Really?
Super smooth.
What?
I'm not sure where that noise was, but that was very smooth. Everything's still okay, nothing moved, things in the same spot. I kind of narfed it a little bit because I was not paying attention. I was giving it the feel job, and it felt pretty good, but I kind of narfed my jig, see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to retape this and flip it around, make it square again. And we'll just flip over on this side. This is how easy this jig is. If there's a screw up like I did, we'll just flip it around. First, I'm going to try this. I'm going to take this and just follow it all the way through. It doesn't really matter what it looks like because I'm putting a handle on these things. I just want to cut all the way through here. It goes down really good. Doesn't want to go side to side very well. The compression bit really likes to go down. And once you get past this tip, it's actually cutting the opposite direction, so it's kind of pulling. Yeah, that's what that crazy noise was. It doesn't like to go around very fast, so you have to go kind of slow. I was cutting off probably a good 3/4 of an inch at a time of redwood, which is super soft. The cut is super clean, is what I could tell, except where I narfed it up on the jig. We're gonna do the other side. I'm gonna try to go a little slower, but it loves to go straight in. So it plunges really well. I'm gonna fix this up real quick and I'll be right back. All right, let me grab the other tape, whatever the hell it is. Here's the carpet tape right there. It's been around for a while, it might not even work. It doesn't even feel sticky anymore. We'll see how it works. Yeah, this doesn't want to come off either. This is like nylon reinforced double stick tape. They call it heavy duty carpet tape. Line that up with all the little lines and the holes and the squares, and looks pretty good. Shove down there. We're gonna go slower this time. There it is. Come on, there it is. This comes off easier. Now we're gonna go all the way through. See the 2 holes? There they are.
Nice.
They look pretty damn clean. If we have any little warbles that we have to take care of, we can file them out. What are my first thoughts for this compression bit? It seemed to go better counterclockwise, but it was working both ways. It was very bouncy and jumpy. If you have just a regular spiral head bit, whether it's an up or down, they're much smoother than these are. It's great for drilling holes straight down. It did that perfectly. It went straight down, smooth as can be. As soon as you moved it, it was rough. It was very choppy. You can hear it. I'm gonna clean these up and set them in place and see what happens. So there it is. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. The world's fastest, cheapest jig. Super fast and easy. And a scrap piece of wood. I ripped whatever the dimension was here. It was 7/8 I think on the saw. Ripped a piece off of this here, and then I cut that in half, and that made the 7/8 of an inch space that I needed for these little tiny things that I have to make right now, and I'm gonna show you that in 2 seconds as soon as I drag it over here and clean up this mess. Well, here's the panel done. Fastest, simplest jig known to man. I screwed up the other jig a little bit, and these were a little tight. I wanted them to flop around like this. I want them to be loose. So I made another little jig out of tape and a piece of maple. Same kind of jig, same concept. Still has sticky stuff on it. Magic. If you have to drill a hole in something or a long slot or whatever, don't make a big old jig and take 4 hours to do it. This took like 5 minutes, a little bit of tape, some leftover wood laying around, and I made a little jig and boop, used the same router and everything else, and it worked perfect. This looks like the size of Fort Knox back here. It's kind of ridiculous. I just put wood together and made latches like you would for a cheesy gate. So what I'm gonna do now is just gonna make little handles. They kind of look like that, but they're gonna be made out of spalate. Not that you care about that. You came here to see the fastest jig known to man. It's down there. That's the second version, and it took me another 2 minutes to make. I realized that I was taking off too much of a bite. That's why I was going, jerk, making that weird noise. I was cutting like almost an inch deep and moving it around. It doesn't like that. So if you take maybe 3/8 to a 1/2 inch at the most, even in redwood, it cuts a little better and go nice and slow. It liked to go around counterclockwise more than it went clockwise. It's just what it liked. I don't know. That's what it seemed like to me. Every time I did it, if I went the normal way you'd route something out, it jumped at me. If I went backwards, like I'm climb feeding it, it liked it. And maybe that's because the way the bit is cutting on the top compared to the bottom depth. I don't know. It loves to go straight down though. And there you go, people. Worked out, looks good. If you zoom in down here, you can see how beautiful those are. Those are nice, they're super sharp holes. There you go. Super simple, super cheap and easy. Tape, wood, double stick tape, done. That's all you need. Don't overthink it. Don't spend too much time making jigs, unless you're gonna use it 1,000 times, like I've said before. And there you go. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. You have an awesome day. Go outside and play. Hug somebody you love. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time right here on Woodworking with Mr. Kevin. That's me. See ya. Did it work? Crap, it's still going.
Subscribe now.